State Bank, the only bank you need to achieve your goals.
The State Bank Big Game.
Welcome to our State Bank Big Game playoff for 5th position in the Winfield Cup Premiership. I'm Rex Mossop, your host this evening. Tonight is the Battle of the Cats, the Penrith Panthers against the Balmain Tigers, and the venue is Parramatta Stadium. The winner of tonight's contest will go on to meet Manly next Saturday in the minor preliminary semi-final at the Sydney Football Stadium. And for the loser tonight, well, that's it for the season. OK, as the teams are coming onto the field, let's check their full lineups.
The Balmain Tigers about to enter the Parramatta Stadium for this do-or-die battle, the playoff for 5th position. Wayne Pearce leads them on. You'll hear the crowd. Here they come. Wayne Pearce, captain, with Jack fullback, Davidson, Hanley, Popji, Conlon, Neal, Freeman, Pearce, Brooks, Sirinen, Roach, Elias and Maguire. Warren Ryan is the coach. Good crowd here at Parramatta Stadium for what should be an enormous struggle. Paul Sirinen, what great form he's in, and this man, Ellery Hanley, and the little fella at 5'8", Michael Neal.
And here come the underdogs. Everybody in Sydney has written them off tonight. Their team is Baker, Green, Bradley, Izzard, McNeil, Mortimer, Delaney, the forwards are Connor, Walker, Cartwright, Goodwin, Simmons, and Kelly, and the coach is Ron Willie. The flag's still going high for Penrith, and the referee for this all-important sudden death playoff, Mick Stone.
Terrific atmosphere here at Parramatta Stadium as the embattled Panthers. 48 hours ago, they were licking their wounds after the loss to Manly. This year, Penrith have beaten Balmain in the first round 18-8, and just a week or so ago, lost to Balmain 16-14. What will happen tonight? The winner into Saturday's semi-final against Manly. The loser plans the end-of-season trip. Mick Stone, big night for him. Can he regain the position of #1 referee? A lot of things at stake. In the under-21s playoff, Manly beat Illawarra 14-10. We're underway in this elimination match. And the hits will come. There'll be a lot of sore bodies, but they'll be forgotten for a while. And in the Penrith side, a change of plans with Rod McNeil standing in the fullback position. And Neil Baker, there's McNeil, Neil Baker now on the wing. Sirinen taking the ball up, got to the quarter line, and somebody's already been called out. It'll be Connor. Craig Connor went in with a swinging arm.
Yes, here it is on the State Bank replay. Connor's really got one in there, but I think we saw the action just a fraction late. It wasn't a bad one.
So first penalty of the game goes to Balmain. Gary Jack looking for touch. Finds it about 4 metres short of the halfway mark. Elias comes up to restart. Freeman got it away to Conlon. That's the halfway mark he's on. Elias, who's been in outstanding form, got that one away from Maguire. And here's another penalty again to Balmain. It's Penrith offside. So the Panthers, bruised and still sore from Sunday, having 2 penalties against them in the opening minute. It's Wayne Pearce now relaying his instructions.
Well, they must have been instructions, certainly, coming from the coach. One of the longest kickers in the game Balmain have out in the wing in Ross Conlon. They didn't go for 2 points.
He wanted the kick too, but you saw Pearce telling him, no, we'll go for touch. Now here's Hanley. Caught around the ankles by Connor. 30 metres out from the Penrith line as Elias runs from dummy half and selects Sirinen out wide. And Sirinen takes 3 defenders with him over the quarter line.
He's really hyped up. Is Sirenen. He's going like a train at the moment.
And so's Elias, weaving, ducking, and got to 12 metres out. Enormous pressure now for Penrith. Across for, well, the penalty has been given. 3 penalties straight to Balmain. Again, Penrith offside.
Well, Mick Stone looked the ruck before last. He looked to the left and they were all offside. He ignored that. And he hasn't ignored that one. There was a standard instruction going out to Simmons now that the Penrith backs have got to stand on side. He gave them 1 ruck to let them go, but on that occasion he just had to fall in.
So Ross Conlon, as Royce Simmons now trying to tell his players to keep calm. Ross Conlon will attempt the first shot at goal. He's 10 metres out. He's kicked 64 goals for this season. And this is just outside the right-hand upright. So it's a very easy kick for this fellow who's been a prolific scorer. Conlon about to try to draw first blood for his Tigers. And he's done just that, right between the sticks. So Balmain hit the front. They lead Penrith 2 points to nothing. So back to the halfway mark as Conlon resumes his place. Now Penrith will want to strike back quickly. McNeil restarts for the Panthers. Again down for Brooks. Runs into a wall of Penrith defenders. And here's Hanley. Just outside the quarter. Penrith haven't had the football yet. Roach standing down on the blind side, slipped a pass away to Conlon, but the pass was ruled forward.
Yes, Roach went up the blind side here in the State Bank replay, slipped a pass. It was marginally forward, about a foot. The referee was quick to cite that. That gives Penrith the feed in this set scrum.
And first use of the football in this game as it's one with the feed. Here's Izzard trying to get around Ellery Hanley. And the defenders come in on him. Gary Jack came rushing in on 100 miles an hour to lend a hand. Down the blind side goes Connor. There's a bit of an altercation backfield with Gary Freeman. Here's Kelly. Straight into the Balmain forwards.
That was very reminiscent of Chris Mortimer's handling of Lions in the early part of the ruck.
That one didn't connect, but Penrith get the penalty.
Well, look at that. We've just again come in fractionally late, but Kelly had the elbow up, and it seemed to go into the face of the Balmain player. But the penalty's gone the other way.
That'll be the first chance for Neil Baker, who tonight is wearing the #1 jersey, but not in the full-back role. Out on the wing. Mick Stone ordering a Balmain trainer from the field, especially in the line of the kick, and Neil Baker, he's given him a warning.
And now Stone's pointing to the other trainer, telling him to get off the field. So he's got a bit of a set on trainers tonight.
All square. Neil Baker from just outside the quarter line to try and even the scores. Strikes that very well. Great confidence booster for Penrith now. The sudden death, 2-all, Penrith and the Tigers.
If one man gave you $100,000 to set up shop, if he took the time to see how your business worked when no one else did, and when things got really tough, if he rearranged the repayments until the cash flowed again, you'd call him either crazy or a great mate or your State Bank manager. Great shot, Harry. I owe him one. Why can't other banks make your life this simple?
The State Bank. We want to be all you need.
Gouda, Havati, Colby, Tasty.
2-all, Penrith and Balmain as Ross Conlon gets us underway. Mick Stone already handing out a lot of penalties in the early moments here to try and keep these sides apart. That Goodwin in a dummy half. just running the ball out. Bill, I know you're a fan of Goodwin's. You would have liked to have seen him start the match against Manly last Sunday.
Well, I believe he's in the best 13 players that Penrith have got, and consequently should have started, Graeme. And, you know, they lost that game. It's all well and good to talk in hindsight, but I must say I'm pleased to see him starting here for Penrith's sake.
Cross Connor, that ball was thrown by Simmons for Cartwright. A very important member of the Penrith side tonight if he can stand and unload around the rucks. The kick from McNeil downfield, very deep for Jack. Takes it well, running back. There's a wall of defenders in front of him. He gets around Connor, gets around Goodwin, steps inside, is a just ankle tap by Izzard. Looking very sharp, Jack, right from the outset. Now it's Davidson chiming in off Hanley. Remembering that if there is a draw at the end of 80 minutes, away goes Roach. Outside him is Pearce. Great break by Roach. Really busted Penrith. Hanley now. Straight across the ruck. Hit solidly by Mortimer. Difficult to beat him, one of the best defenders in the game. Freeman. The kick over the head of McNeil. Did well to take that, running backwards too. Wrapped up quickly by Freeman. I was saying, in the event of a draw at the end of 80 minutes, there'll be 10 minutes each way to be played here tonight. McNeil. Wrapped up by Benny Elias. Simmons on a short blind side. That looked forward. Well, Mick Stone let that one go.
Yes, I agree with you. It did look forward.
Crowd are letting him know about it. Back it goes for McNeil. Charge down. Balmain can't recover it, though. It'll be 6 more tackles for Penrith. Chris Mortimer. Will he come up with a big knock-on? Big knock-on in the sense for Balmain. Right on the attack they go. They want it out wide straight away. Now Freeman's made a mess of it. Knocked back, said Stone. Away goes Maguire. Still lined very, very deep out wide, the Tigers. Long pass from Elias. Well taken by Neil. Wild pass that went astray. Back for Hanley.
Well,
he gets around the defence. He straightens up now. Ducks under a swinging tackle from Cartwright. Elias for Pubji. Everything at stake here for both teams. Well, a dangerous set of knees from Peter Kelly. What will Mick Stone do here?
Well, that was a pretty nasty-looking action there as Popchi came through, was down on the ground, and in comes the knees. Now, they didn't land, actually, as I thought, on him. They landed beside his head, but, by gee, that was a near thing. There they are. And the penalty goes to Balmain.
Well, there's the culprit, Peter Kelly. Mick Stone obviously didn't feel that they were deliberate. Otherwise, at least he would have been in the sin bin.
Yes, Johnny Croucher. Now, what have the rugby league fans in Sydney got to say about this game?
Well, I can tell you, Rex, Balmain are red-hot favourites. Over 80% of the entries, I think they're going to win this, and fairly easily too. Popular score 20 points to 10 in favour of Balmain. And Liverpool Pill's a very, very big one. $38,000 is going to be won tonight.
John, you're at top.
Thanks, Rex.
So it'll be Conlon from just outside the quarter line. 10 points, they say, on footy tap. It's quite a margin in these sorts of games. Sudden death. Conlon. Again, he strikes that well. Good kicking early for both teams. The Tigers now 4-2 over Penrith.
Great form by the kickers, both sides. Conlon and Baker. As McNeil brings the ball back for the restart. Penrith, I get the feeling they'll want to be in front with about 20 minutes to go or so, because I reckon their legs will be pretty heavy in the last 20 or 30 minutes. Balmain, of course, with the advantage of having an extra 24 hours to recover from their weekend game. Now Davidson brings it out to the 10-metre mark. Already Penrith have missed 6 tackles. Balmain have made everything. They haven't missed a tackle yet. As Siren again barges his way. Oh, he's a handful for this Penrith side. Got to the quarter line. Now Maguire. Just outside the Balmain quarter. as Elias will look for the touchline, sends McNeil scampering across, but it's going to go away from the line. McNeil now playing at fullback, remember, caught by Podgy and Davidson. David Green goes to dummy half immediately, got it away to Doug Delaney. Delaney in there as a replacement for Greg Alexander, who tore a hamstring on the weekend. Green got under a high tackle. But pushed back a couple of metres. Now Cartwright. But the Balmain defence equal to the occasion. Brooks and Maguire and Sirinen in there. Delaney across to Mortimer. He got it back. Got it back nicely too for Barry Walker. Got a Penrith player down in back play. Flatten his back. Back for McNeil. Well, he did well to get that left foot to the air as Freeman gives him a bit of hurry up. We think that's Chris Mortimer down the back in back play. Mortimer is down on his back. Brian Hyder, the Penrith trainer, working on him. Gary Jack. They're a bit concerned about him. Called for the doctor as Balmain moved the ball up towards the halfway mark.
Well, somebody's got to get the attention of the referee. They have. I mentioned before, this is one of the toughest players in the Winfield Cup, and he has been motionless for some time.
Well, Brian Hyder, the trainer, immediately signaled for some help. Let's have a look at this.
The State Bank replay will show exactly what the story was. He stood in a tackle and he copped a right hand. That's what it was.
Well, that's knocked him out.
So he's in Disneyland at the moment. Oh, he's got his knees up now, so that's a little better. And the trainer's over him asking him, does he know where he is, what ground he's playing on? If the answer comes out wrong, he's in trouble.
4 points to 2. Balmain leading Penrith. Chris Mortimer is up, as you can see, coming over towards the touchline. Balmain still leading 4 points to 2. Now they'll probably give Mortimer a spell in the head bin, I reckon. That's what they're doing. Referee Mick Stone, well, he's very groggy, isn't he? Mortimer is referee Mick Stone just waiting for him to clear the field. Cole Bentley is on for Mortimer. Podgy in centre field. Caught by Goodwin. What's the story on Chris Mortimer, Billy?
Well, the word from the Penrith dressing room is bad news. Chris Mortimer's very heavily concussed and won't be able to come back onto the field.
Well, that's a real blow to the Panthers. It's a real tragedy for the Penrith side. They're really going to have to do this the hard way tonight. Now for Elias. Been charged down by Penrith. Cartwright's after it. Jack's back for it. Cartwright almost had it, but it just got away from him and over the touchline.
Yes, indeed. It was touch and go there for a moment. The State Bank replay. Watch Cartwright just failed to get his hand to it and retain it. Jack's body knocked it over the sideline, I thought.
Well, the referee didn't see it that way. Well, the referee good scrum win against the feed by Simmons. Delaney now caught just outside the quarter. Penrith really have to apply some pressure now as Barry Walker takes it up. In there for Geyer. Now Kelly pushes off one, still going Kelly, caught by Sirinen. 4-2 is the scoreline. Balmain over Penrith. The Panthers on the attack as Brad Izzard, just outside the corner, is hemmed in. Back for Cartwright. He slipped the pass away to Delaney, went to ground. Gary Jack comes up with it for Balmain. Now Pearce slammed to the ground just short of the quarter line. Freeman. Solid hit.
Yeah, the body shakes in those.
Boy Simmons standing there. Rocket Gibraltar. Roach. Savage body contact in this game. Again, Elias did well to get that kick away. Down for McNeil. 2 bounces, he's got it. Comes to Podgy. Podgy pulls him down just on the halfway mark with the aid of Wayne Pearce. just inside Balmain's territory. Simmons had a pass away to Goodwin. Comes straight back into the pack. Now Delaney. Into McNeil. 10 metres inside Balmain's half. Simmons again works the blind side. Walker caught, 32 out. Last tackle now for Penrith. Delaney wants it. Going to switch play. Back down the blind side for Bradley. He puts the bomb in the air. Gary Jack waiting for it. Here they come after him. Jack takes it magnificently. Beautiful take from Gary Jack. By gee, that was a good take under pressure.
Well, that was why he was the Australian fullback, that sort of a catch, but really marvellous stuff.
There he is, Gary Jack. Well, now Hanley just getting up to play the ball. Mick Stone says the ball was stolen and taken away from him. Royce Simmons really does demonstrate against the decision, claiming that Hanley just lost that.
Well, have a look at it and see yourself. It's clearly that number 10 there, Cartwright, knocked the ball out of his hands as he got to his feet. There's no doubt about that.
Right down to halfway now, the Tigers. Elias. Short line for Roach. Davidson got Jack doubling around. He can't get the ball to him. Jack for Elias now. And Maguire. Plenty of enthusiasm, as I said, from Penrith. They're backing up from Sunday, but doing it well at the moment. Hanley. Izzard. Wrapped him up quickly.
Izzard ran about 30 yards to get involved in that tackle. He saw that Hanley was standing on the blind side of the ruck when he was on the open, and he came right back over.
That'll be a knock-on against Balmain.
I think that's a knock-on against everybody, that one.
Plenty of hard hits. 4-2 in favour of the Tigers. For the last 5 minutes, all the play has been in the Balmain territory. Now Penrith come up with the ball again. Bradley. Well, there's a brawl in back play in the forwards. Kelly and Maguire going at it. Both sets of forwards still involved. The touch judge in. Mick Stone still running with play.
I'll watch the fight.
I'll keep my eye on the ball as Izzard's thrown to the ground. Well, they've forgotten about it, and back to football now for both these sides. Bradley, outside Hanley. Away goes Baker. Steps inside, comes inside Neil. Can't get the ball to Delaney, and he's crunched to the ground by Brooks. Penrith really lifting themselves now for a big effort. Long pass out. Bounces into the hands of Izzard. Wrapped up by Maguire and Sirinen. No holds barred at the Parramatta Stadium. Goodwin. Last tackle for Penrith. Delaney with the kick in behind Davidson. Fumbles it behind. Just manages to get it at the second attempt. Now the touch judge is in for the report on that ball from both forwards. Way back upfield.
Yeah, the natives were just getting a little bit restless there at the time. I don't really think it's going to affect the run of play one way or the other. I don't think that anyone will be sin-bin from it if we could see it again.
Kelly and Maguire, that's all it was.
It's just a couple of big lads. Maguire and Kelly having a bit of a set too. Now the play goes away, but our cameras stay there momentarily. There's Kelly going at it. There's Maguire. They're about the same weight, the same height, the same reach. There's no problems. Let them go.
Well, there must be a penalty one way or another, the way Mick Stone's come right back upfield for the incident. So it'll be interesting to see what Mick Stone does.
Well, he did wait a long time before he ran in, didn't he?
Well, he was playing the advantage with Penrith, who had the ball.
So therefore you'd expect him to get the penalty, right?
Well, at this stage I would. A lot of chat. Good time for a rest.
Time for a Kit Kat.
They're showing some concern on the sideline, Graeme, for one of the Penrith players. It's only Cartwright.
Cartwright, yeah. And the Penrith has gone the way of the Panthers. Neil Baker coming in.
I understand what you meant. The Penrith has gone the way of the Panthers. That's what you said.
I've got it. I've got it.
I understand.
Interesting to see if he goes for goal. Baker doesn't like the football, claiming that it's a little bit soft.
It showed some Barry Gomersall there for a while, wasn't it, with Stone allowing play to proceed while the melee was going on.
So Baker has elected to go for goal.
And somebody in the Penrith district, the Camden Rugby Club, Brian Peacock, had suffered severe spinal injuries. I'm not sure how long ago, but he's a young fellow with 4 children and a wife. They're having a special night for him on Saturday the 20th of August at the Camden AH&I Hall. There'll be a lot of bands, Dangling Brothers, Dirty White Boys, Fun in Acapulco. All those bands will be there, and all the proceeds will be going to Brian Peacock. So there's one for the people out west in the district who knows. He played 200 games for Camden too.
Baker hits the ball very, very well. Just drifts ever so slightly to the side of the post to be brought back by Gary Jack. 4-2 still in favour of Balmain.
Tigers bringing it out via Ross Conlon. Terrific game of football. Very tight and hard. Freeman now going to pass from Roach.
He's big blocker having a go with somebody on the ground over here at the moment. Good one, I think it is.
Yeah, there's plenty of feeling. They're still at it, but referee Stone allowing play to continue. I'll watch the game this time. You watch it. Hanley just got one in the face as well. Meanwhile, he stopped it for the fight. So let's sort all this out. Matt Goodwin and Steve Roach.
Well, they'll go for 10 minutes in the bin, each one of these two lads. Wayne Pearce is really in there tearing strips off somebody. He had a very contorted look at his face there. Gee, they take a lot out of you, those little millies.
Blocker can laugh about it. He reckons he won on points.
Well, here's the blue going on right now, and we're seeing these two. No, we're not in that area. Oh, here it is, back here. That's the go. There's Roach getting lefts, and rights. Goodwin, I think, is in there with a little bit of a right hand occasionally and a left. Well, they're around about the same weight. Now, I notice nobody's going to actually intervene between the two of them. This is what you call clinching, and there was a nice lightning-like right and left from Roach.
Showing a bit of style.
You realise we're going to get...
They've been sent from the field. Forget about the sin bin.
Both of them.
Headbutting was the indication from Mick Stone.
Is that what you saw down there, Bill?
Well, it was a difficult one to pick in from here. The players were very close. There was a lot of punches thrown. Then they went into a clinch. I don't know exactly what happened when they went into the clinch, but the touch judge seemed pretty adamant on his charge.
Well, I think that's a bit ridiculous personally, but anyway, I'm of a different age group and so forth. But I think that's really ridiculous.
I think there might have been an incident that we just didn't quite get, possibly on the replay.
It's two big guys on their own, not involved with anyone else. I don't see how it affects the play.
What happens if there's headbutting that we didn't see on the replay?
Well, so there's a bit of headbutting. I'm not fussed about that in those one-on-one situations. So long as it's front row forwards or 2 second row forwards or whatever it is.
Well, I think you're right, Graham. There must have been something that we didn't see then on the replay.
Well, if there was headbutting between anybody, I can't be an advocate of it.
Okay, Baker again has missed this kick. So Penrith missed the opportunity to draw level again. It remains Balmain 4 and Penrith 2. Oh, what drama here at Parramatta Stadium. Dramatic night. So from the restart, remember the loser of this game is finished for the year. I think I might have started to tell you that before the fight had started. The loser finished for the year, and here's another penalty. I'll get it out in a minute. It's gone to Penrith.
Surinen's the man that's copped it. And the State Bank replay, you see him get up, and what does he do? I really can't see what the referee saw to penalise there, but anyway, we're on with the motley.
For the 4th time, I'll try. Oh, he's missed it for touch. Oh! Now Gary Jack brings it back and links up with Conlon. Conlon's got Hanley within. Hanley's in the Penrith territory and running strongly. Brilliant run from Hanley. The crowd goes crazy. Oh, terrific pressure now for Penrith as Balmain swing it out to Freeman, on to Neil, and then on to Wayne Pearce. Had Gary Jack there but couldn't get the pass away. Just 10 metres inside, and here's a penalty to Balmain. wouldn't let him play the ball.
Penalty against Bradley there. It's a fairly clear one. It went on for much too long, that one. He was held and Bradley refused to release him.
Well, again, they've elected to kick for touch. Now, for the 5th time, I'll try to quickly tell you, the loser out for the year. The winner plays Manly on Saturday. Both semi-finals. State Bank big games here on 10. See the replay first as the Tigers launch another raid at Penrith. John Davidson pulled down 8 metres out. Elias runs from dummy half again. Got to within about 3 or 4 metres. I think he's lost the football. He has lost it. And Rick Stone will put a scrum down.
Well, as I say, footballers will never tell the truth, myself included, in those situations. Benny had a very, very weird look on his face, as if the referee had made an error, but we saw clearly it was reefed out of his hands.
So now it's Penrith to bring the ball away. Tremendous action in this sudden death playoff between the Tigers and the Panthers. Strong defence from Sirinen. Cartwright did well to take that ball and hand it away to Delaney on the break. Out comes Green, trying to run around Jack. He gets inside Jack. Great counter-attack from Penrith. Really did cop a late tackle there from Jack too as he got to his feet. Bradley away for Delaney again. Wrapped up by the other little man, Neil.
Great tackle from Neil then.
What a match here between the Tigers and the Panthers. Izzard. Last tackle for Penrith. Connor for Delaney. Little chip into the 22. Easy meat for Jack. Wrapped up very, very quickly. Davidson just to run it out towards the quarter line. This match was really going to open up with 12 men aside, Bill.
It sure is, Graeme. It probably will mean the side with the best back line's going to win it. Penrith have got a little bit of an advantage there, but of course that's going to be offset by the fact that Balmain have got that extra day. But looking at the replay here, we can see the ball lost by Davidson in the tackle. That means Penrith are going to be in a great attacking position from this scrum.
Michael Popchi being called over by the touch judge. Pearce goes in to hear the charge. Popchi again not looking at anybody as he's been questioned. Just looks at his nails there and cleans his nails. He's a casual sort of a fellow.
Well, they certainly didn't want to listen about it.
Popchi was accused of dumb insolence a few weeks ago and was sent off for that.
Very important scrum. Who's going to come up with possession? Freeman wanted it. It was time to let Delaney have the ball. Away comes Walker. Driven back. Now he's lost the ball.
Yeah, Walker's a touch out of his depth in this class of football, I believe. Not because he dropped the football there, but I've noticed he's having trouble getting into position in the rucks. He doesn't know enough about the people to feel that he's got this ability to go in when he wants the ball. He's just hanging back a little bit.
Well, Freeman being penalised by Mick Stone, I think, for feigning to throw the ball in a couple of times before he did manage to put it in. Balmain under enormous pressure. Bill, I wonder if it's fair to say that Balmain are going to miss Roach more than maybe the Panthers miss Goodwin.
I'm sure they will, Graeme. In the Balmain side, Roach calls all of their plays. They're not going to have as much organisation without him.
Kelly throws himself at the line. Simmons shaping to pass to the short line. Goes across the other way. Manages to hang on to the ball. Calling for it out wide is Izzard. He wants it to go to the backs. Delaney quickly gets it out. It's gone astray. Hanley will pick up the ball. Poor pass there. Real semi-final football this, with the mistakes being forced for both sides just a couple of minutes away from the halftime break. Sirinen throws some defenders aside. Neil, Maguire, now he loses it. Knock on against Balmain. The referee certainly was right. Forget about the booing.
Yes, no argument about that. The State Bank replay will show the ball was going off a Balmain player, went forward and was knocked back to Neil, and he picked it up on the rebound. So the knock-on came from Popchi's handling of the ball.
Everything that's happening in this match is really enveloping the fans. The cross kick from Izzard. Bradley's here for Davidson. He did well to dive on that ball. Penrith trying a couple of things just outside of half-time. Freeman, the dummy from Hanley, right up the middle.
Little Delaney went in there like a rocket then and got stepped by Hanley.
Freeman was knocked down without the ball by Kelly. The Tigers were claiming for a penalty. Another swinging arm. Hanley ducked under that one. Conlon, the jack. This Penrith defence continues to swarm in a very, very solid and controversial first half in this playoff. 4-2 in favour of Balmain.
Yes, a game full of interest, but not a lot of really great football in it, but very, very tough. Balmain's 4 points have come from 2 goals to Conlon, 2 from 2. Penrith's 2 points have come from Baker, 1 from 3. He's having one of those nights again, missing the goals that he should kick. So Balmain lead by 4-2. I'm not sure what the score is going to be, and I'm not sure who's going to win it. You'll have to come back and see in the second half. We'll be back after this for more action.
Ron McCullough, great administrator of rugby league in this country, particularly in Queensland, has passed away tonight. And that's a really sad thing to have to announce, because he's a great man, and he'll be sadly missed. Now, on the football field, one change to Penrith. Billy Anderson?
Yes, there is. Barry Walker's left the field, and Jeff Gerard in 14 takes his place. Of course, Gerard has the luxury of being a specialist front rower, and that'll supplement somewhat Goodwin being sent off.
What were the words from the dressing room that you can repeat?
Well, they just want to try and contain the ball. Obviously, with 12 men aside, both sides realise that possession's vital. Balmain didn't put Scott Gale onto the field, but let me say, 12 on 12, he is a potential match winner.
Yes, indeed. Gary Jack being chased by Delaney. Let's check the tackle counts for the first half. Not much in this. Penrith made 94, Goodwin 14 and Connor 13. Balmain made 90. So you can see nothing much in it. It's reflected in the scoreline, 4-2. Balmain clean to this lead. Now Pearce brings it outside his own quarter. Reminding you that Roach and Goodwin sent from the field in the first half, and Chris Mortimer replaced with a very heavy concussion. Last tackle signal for Balmain as Elias sends it straight down to McNeil. Hardly had to move to take this. Now links up with David Green, who takes it well inside the Balmain territory. The winner of this match takes on Manly on Saturday in yet another sudden death semi-final. And Sunday, Canterbury and Canberra. What a feast of football this coming weekend. Both State Bank big games. You'll see the replays first, of course, here on 10, 6 o'clock, Saturday and Sunday. And Ron Willie, aging by the minute, as he watches Brad Izzard get out of one tackle and get to 32 metres from the Balmain line. Simmons got it to Delaney, the pass along the ground, picked up by McNeil. And I guess the Manly players sitting back and watching this wouldn't feel all that bad at all, seeing both sides batter themselves.
Yes, the first handover of the game, I think that is. But yes, the Manly players would be sitting here watching the game and enjoying the luxury of having no bumps and bruises, and they'll be pretty happy to see a draw at full time and an extra 10 minutes each way.
Get out of here. If it's still level after that. Well, look at Maguire up to halfway. Looks for support inside. Had Freeman there, couldn't get the pass away. Now Hanley. Again, stepping. Yes, after extra time, if they're still deadlocked, play again Thursday afternoon. I suppose you'd want that too, would you?
That'll be the ideal thing, yeah.
I think you might. Here's Gary Jack. Getting it away to Podgy. 35 metres from the Penrith line. Freeman saw a little gap, but it closed quickly. Last tackle signal for Balmain. Elias again kicks the touch and finds it.
Yeah, he's got that ball on the string, hasn't he? He really is accurate with his line kicking, and they're all good ones. There he goes with the right foot. It takes play to within 10 yards of the Penrith goal line. A first-class kick. Now the job is, of course, to try to get a win against the feed. Penrith should win this scrum, but we shall see. It's a Penrith feed.
Well, Balmain's got Brooks playing in the front row. Delaney plays it. Cross for Izzard. And then to Bradley.
Neil there to hold him. Now Simmons. Little scamper from dummy half. Cross for Cartwright. Got to the corner line. Gerard moves to dummy half. Now Bradley. Came off a Balmain hand. Connor has just given a penalty away as he just about piggybacked Benny Elias to get to the football.
Yes, very enthusiastic to get to the ball first and just took off over the top of Benny Elias. The poor little fellow was crushed to the ground, but he still got the football.
So Elias none the worse for wear as Jack will kick for touch and finds it just a metre from the corner line. Elias with the restart to Freeman and then to Neil. Oh, solid tackle from Connor.
He's got through a lot of work in the last two games, this Connor. He's a very, very good defensive lock forward, no question about that.
Maguire takes play inside the quarter. They're calling for some help in the backs on the Penrith side, but now Sirinen standing. Can he offload? Not this time. Here's Freeman and Hanley. Hanley's got Jack with him, but Jack caught very solidly. Gerard the tackler. Hanley. Palmed off one. Still going Hanley. 12 metres out. Last tackle signal for Balmain. Pearce at dummy half. Elias wants it. The little kick ahead. Taken. Well, Baker almost took it. A couple of knock-ons. We'll have a scrum. That was a pretty dangerous attempt at taking it, though, from Neil Baker.
Yes, a lovely little kick again by Elias. The ball evades the Penrith wing three-quarter, and then Neil, in attempting to pick it up, dived full length and couldn't quite get his fingertips to it. So the Penrith scrum and the Penrith feed.
Delaney has been a terrific replacement tonight for Alexander. Baker from dummy half.
I thought Freeman was going to kick Baker up the backside then. Did you see that?
Gerard to his feet for Bradley. A lot of these backs have got to take some pressure off their forwards. They really have been made to work hard. Just the 12 men out there from both sides. The dummy from Simmons. Balmain didn't fall for it. Last tackle. Now there's pressure on the kicker. Elias is bearing down on McNeil. Gets the kick in, and a good one too. And a magnificent bounce. One of the best off breaks played here tonight.
Yes, I don't think I could have played a straight bat to that one. It really broke hard. Watch this. Bang, bong. Over the sideline it goes. Conlon absolutely beaten pointless. What could he do?
Freeman with the feed. Neil brings Jack into the back line. He steps through too. Away it goes for Freeman. He hasn't got the pace to go on. Good cover defence from Connor. Balmain on a bit of a roll. Conlon. Can they spread it wide? Slow play of the ball. They needed a quick one. Hanley getting involved and coming close to the ruck. Sirinen pushes Delaney out of the way. Pushes Connor out of the way. Swatting them off like flies as he goes inside the quarter line.
The crowd loved that. That's a real strongman act from Sirinen. Great football.
Freeman now. Little kick and chase. Jack's after it. He's been knocked down. Will the penalty come? It will. Shoulder charge, says Mick Stone. Right next to the post.
Well, there's the little kick, and there's the shoulder charge from Bentley, number 18, who I thought was probably just a little bit unlucky to get a penalty given against him for that. Here's the kick again from Freeman. He doesn't have to get out of the way. He does put his hands in the air, but it's all too late. The referee has seen that as a deliberate impediment to Freeman going forward. So the penalty will be taken from only 10 yards out, about 15 metres off centre. Should be an easy one for Conlon.
Hasn't missed a goal tonight. Simmons still barking out the instructions to his team. Hanley, as I said, getting very involved. Two of the workers in the pack, Connor and Cartwright. And Conlon. just about in front. The man in search of another 2 points for the Tigers. Around the corner he comes. 2 more. Away goes the Tigers, 6-2. Sudden death for this 5th position in the semi-finals. 6-2 the Tigers. The chant going up around the stadium for the Tigers as Jack brings it out. This match, no holds barred, really has been. Both teams down to 12 men. The front rowers, Goodwin and Roach, being sent off. Maguire. As Sirinan just brings this ball away from the quarter line. He put Neil through. I thought the pass was a little bit forward. On the charge go the Tigers now. Freeman. Hodgie. He's got Conlon. He's forced to go back infield. He finds Brooks. Elias is there. And Gerard is there to wrap him up. Last tackle for Balmain. Quickly to his feet. Plays it ahead. Kicks inside the quarter line. And again, magic. Just a metre out.
Oh, yes, indeed. Benny Elias is really a thinking man's hooker. There's no question about that. He got to his feet on the last tackle and played it forward. And it's just beautiful. It went over the sideline about a yard from the corner flag. The State Bank replay has captured every one of these great kicks tonight along the sideline. Here's Freeman going to be called out with Baker, the Penrith fullback, come wing 3/4 as he's playing tonight. And Pearce is anxious to get Freeman away from there, who seems to be a voluble little chap.
Baker may have been involved in holding him back in that little chase.
There's a look of resignation on his face as he walked away.
Delaney will get the feed. And it's gone against the feed. Freeman's got it. Freeman pulled down where the scrum was put. Oh, that was a great scrum win for Balmain. Now Elias got it away to Neil. Neil caught by Izzard though. Good defence from Izzard. Oh. Got hit on the nose. Hanley got under a high one and pulled down about 8 metres out.
Neil's only just come back last weekend from a very, very badly broken nose, so again in that area for him.
Now here's Freeman again. I hope there's nothing too much wrong with his hooter.
I don't think he's going to be too handsome tonight.
Yeah. Here's Sirinan! Sirinan charging like a wounded buffalo. Pull down, 3 metres out. Last tackle for the Tigers. Elias got a pass back inside for Brooks. Too much defence.
Well, gee, they're defending well, this Penrith side. There's no question about that. They're a gutsy group.
They sure are. And a great performance from the side that was battered 48 hours ago. 6 points to 2. The Tigers lead Penrith. And while the Panthers try to bring this football out, we've got Balmain's Russell Gardner sideline with Bill Anderson.
Well, Russell, 50 minutes of football, no tries yet, but things look like they're starting to open up.
Well, here's Balmain, and Balmain are going to score from a mistake. Oh, look, it's John Davidson. Come back to you shortly, Bill, but it's John Davidson scooping up the ball. And Laurie has gone crazy.
Well, the State Bank replay will show the ball being carried by Kelly there. Popchi goes in, steals the ball from him, evades the tackle, falls to the ground, gets to his feet, unloads to Davidson. Davidson, thanks very much. I haven't scored one in a sudden death semi before, and he wants that done at this time. Here he is, Kelly. The ball stolen from him. The referee hadn't called tackle, and away he goes. Out there to Davidson. A very simple try for the winger. That's a good bit of football by Popchi, and very smart. Watch it again. Kelly, hard, tough, but has gone as soft as butter on this occasion, having a ball stolen from him by a 3/4. And there, Popchi has the presence of mind to get to his feet quickly and give it to Davidson. And Davidson's in for a try, and that would just about break any team's back.
Oh, what a lot. The kick to come, and John Davidson, of course, spent most of the season in reserve grade, but Ross Conlon has a 100% record tonight. Just a metre in from the touchline. He couldn't kick this, could he? No, he doesn't. So the score will remain Balmain 10 and Penrith with it all to do, only the 2 points.
it comes for Delaney. In pass for Connor. In it goes again. They're keeping it alive, the Panthers. Throwing everything at the Tigers. Last tackle. Delaney. The kick across field. Well, I thought he was offside. It's a try. It's a try to Green. I thought he was offside. I had my eye on the winger.
We'll try to work that one out for you from the 3 replays we'll give you. If we can pick it here, there is the kick coming through. It didn't show where the wing 3/4 Green was. Apparently he's got there very quickly. I don't know that he's as fast as that. We'll see it again from this angle and try to work it out. Well, it's apparent to me that he's got a bit of a flying start there. I'd suggest he's 2 or 3 metres offside.
Close enough, Rex, close enough.
It's okay, it's on the board, you don't have to worry, but we're just looking at the technicalities of it. He's way offside. He's way offside. Anyway, it's on the board, so that's what you've got to think about and read it in the paper tomorrow.
No doubt about it.
And you don't care who wins, so long as it's Penrith.
Great try for Penrith, whether he was onside or not. 1 from 3 for Baker. And this sudden death playoff absolutely alive.
Wouldn't it be great if they drew?
Baker hit that well. It's starting to fade. He's got it. Only the 2 points in it. Balmain 10. The Panthers 8. The Tigers lead. What a match at the stadium. A great game of rugby league. And stick with us on Network 10 at 10 o'clock tonight following this match. The Olympic special, 16 days of glory, taking us back to the LA Games of '84. A magnificent special on those games. Don't you miss it. Penrith. They just won't lie down. Nobody gave them a chance in this match, Rex.
No, a very courageous performance by Penrith tonight. I know they were the underdogs and so forth, but really has got some spirit into this club up there. They are going to be a great club. There's no question about that.
Putting up a magnificent display. So are the Tigers. Jack now to bring it back. One of the men that can turn the game. They can't give him any room. Pobji. Just out of dummy half. Oh, nearly right through. Good tackle. Ron Woolley nearly jumped out of his seat. Benny Elias now. Balmain's turn to come back. Brooks at dummy half for Freeman. Starting to pump it out right up the middle, Balmain. 12 aside here. Both front rowers being sent off in the first half. Goodwin and Roach. Last tackle. Elias standing 1 off the ruck, calls for the ball, sets himself, kicks on the blind side. There's no chasers, Benny, straight to Baker. Took it well, ducked under the tackles, ducked under a third one, outside the quarter line.
Oh, Baker bringing it outside. Gerard goes to dummy half. Now Simmons, the little legs pumping. Oh, there'll be some cramps out there in that football field tonight. Now, Carter. The whiz kid from the high school, caught by Sirenen. An awful thought. David and Goliath, leave him alone, Paul. Now Cartwright. One hand of Delaney. Delaney's up to the halfway mark. Looks for Green. Away to Green. Green, beautiful tackle from Jack. Oh, what champagne football.
Balmain side having a bit of trouble getting back on side. There's the kick from Bradley.
Bradley's been held back in the kick. He saw it, the referee. Penalty, Penrith. Yes, and there's a punch on. Green's in there. And Pobji.
Yes, tension starting to take over from everybody now, but we'll see the Bradley held back incident. That'll be the one that is most illuminating to us. There's Davidson, got him by the collar and pulled him down. I think he milked it a little bit, but nonetheless it was worth a penalty. So that's the one that got the original penalty. I don't know what started the brawl up here in the corner as Popchi's fielded the ball.
Well, it was a forearm from Podgy straight into the tackler, Connor, that started it.
So Connor has resented it, and that's the way the action's gone. Davidson's the first man to be penalised for the illegality on...
Well, Rex,
Rex, I want to talk about consistency, professional fouls. Why wasn't Davidson put in the sin bin?
I don't know why he wasn't.
Especially in a match of this importance.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. So you've got my ear.
10 points to 8. Baker has the opportunity. He's kicked 2 from 4 tonight. He's just about on the junction of the 10-metre mark in the quarter line. If he kicks this, we've got a deadlock score. And I reckon the Balmain Bill will be looking to Scott Gale.
Well, he's a potential match winner, Scott Gale, and I think the conditions are ideal for him now. They're down to 12 men aside. Both teams have got to be extremely leg weary. Only 18 minutes to go. I think Ryan's got to be seriously looking at putting him on now.
Well, here's Baker. What a vital kick this is. Oh, it's not a good kick. To the side of the post. Gary Jack takes it and is caught in the in-goal area. Great defence from Penrith.
Yes, they won't give up. This is a marvellous performance. I've said it before. I'll have to repeat it. This is a gutsy display by the Penrith side, who came into this match as underdogs, and they've given everyone a hell of a fright tonight.
16 days of glory, taking us back to the LA Games of '84. Inside for Hanley. Freeman. Can he find Conlon? No. Back to Jack. Can he look at Leak up now? The dummy. 10 metres out in the last tackle. One tackle for the Panthers to hang on. Elias. They've got numbers. Neil. Cut out pass. Goes out wide. Still alive. And brought down. The ball has bounced back for Maguire. Still goes out wide for Balmain. A Balmain player was knocked over. It's a try. The ball was alive. Popsey's the try scorer.
Astonishing passage of play here as we see the ball whipped hard out to the right. Neil's there. The pass goes across. It goes to Popsey. Popsey gets it back on the inside again to Elias. Elias loses the ball in the tackle. It's picked up there and whipped out again to Neil. Neil is spun to the ground, gets a pass away. It looked as though it went forward to me, that pass. I don't know whether the referee was unsighted. Certainly Popsey got to the ball before the dead ball line, but we'll see again whether the ball went forward. It was touched by a Penrith player then. Popsey here to Elias. Elias gets this pass away. The pass goes backwards. Maguire picks it up, gets it to Neil. The pass seemed to go forward to me. I don't think that was any try at all. I think that the referee has been unsighted and allowed that try to go.
The ball certainly went forward. It'll be a great shame if that's the difference in an outstanding game of rugby league.
Yes, well, as they say, we've got to concede that it's been scored and put on the board, but I'm afraid I've got very severe reservations about that one.
Conlon, he adds the extras from out wide. The Tigers now with some breathing space, 16-8. Panthers back quickly to halfway. They can't lose any more time. Jack, the man that started that raid against the Penrith side. Bill changes.
Yes, Kevin Harvick on the field for David Brooks, and Harvick, of course, a noted defender.
Cyrilin, what a mighty game he's had. Bradley tries to bring him to his feet to get play underway again. There's Hardwick. Bounces off little Doug Delaney. Elias for Pearce. He ducks under some tackles. Valuable ground gain. Now Hanley straight out of dummy half. He's got all the way through. He's down to McNeil. He runs round him. Round the fullback. Magnificent run from Hanley. Last tackle.
Freeman's telling everyone to get out to the right. He's got players there now. Neil's got it. He's got a long pass away out here to Pearce. Pearce is going strongly. What am I doing commentary for?
Well, leave it to us, Rex. Away we go, Davidson. Neil's got it back. He kicks into the end goal. It goes dead. Everyone's excited at the stadium.
Everyone, including me. Oh, bless my soul. Look at this run from Hanley. Have a go at this player, will you? What a beautiful, decisive run it was. Incisive, I should have said. He's run right around the fullback. He didn't even bother to go through him. He's run around him. And from that point on, the play just went out to the right, and now it's gone dead over the touching goal line. And Penrith are in possession, bringing the ball back towards the halfway line.
Another Penrith change out there, Bill.
Yes, Rob McNeil will be coming from the field and Darren Curry taking his place.
There's number 19, Curry, and Cartwright is having some words and a bit of push and shove out there. Oh dear, what a game of football. As McNeil leaves the field, tell you what, I wouldn't mind having the, as we look at the score, 16-8 Balmain over Penrith, I wouldn't mind having the sauna concessions at Balmain and Penrith League Club tomorrow.
No, they'll be well and truly full of football, there's no question about that.
So, it's gone with the scrum, or with the feed at least. Neil. Saturday, the winner of this game, and I've got to say at this stage it looks like Balmain take on Manly. Hanley again offloads, clever stuff back for Davidson. Davidson pulled down by Carter. Hanley. Oh, this fellow's strong, isn't he?
He really is strong. He seems to be built in an enormously powerful fashion. There's muscles everywhere.
Elias. Got it away to Freeman. Now Elias tries a snap field goal. It's come off Carter. And referee Stone ruling the knock-on by young Carter.
Yes, that's a pity, because young Carter, really, the ball came off his stomach originally, then he leant down to get it in the falling position and knocked it on again. But that was a good effort by him.
Well, it's no good the Penrith side looking for any more replacements, but Freeman's going to score! That's the ball game! Freeman, underneath the black dot, has put Balmain into the semi-final on Saturday against Manly.
Yes, a splendid try, just a case of subterfuge. And here he goes now. We're going to see this try, and it'll be a beauty. Here it comes. Freeman runs virtually in the middle of the field, the scrum, and he just ran between a couple of Penrith players and put the ball down ever so carefully there. Watch him go down very carefully. He's not going to drop that football. He just picks them to the left-hand side of the scrum, steps the player there, and Izzard can't get himself down to do the tackle, so that's the way the ball goes. Well, I think that is just about the end of the section as far as Penrith is concerned. They're 20 points to 8. Conlon with a kick at goal to follow.
Makes no mistake from right in front, right between the six. So Balmain are just waiting for the fat lady to sing. 22-8 over Penrith. Why is there? Why is there a fellow in a black and gold jumper out front pointing at me?
I don't know. I think he must be a gibbering idiot, is he?
From the restart. Now Sirinen in trouble juggling it. Getting back. Balmain changes, Bill.
Steve Edmed, number 19's gone onto the field. Benny Elias has had to come off.
Okay, well, he's had an outstanding game, Elias. It's difficult to find a bad player on either side tonight, isn't it?
It is, yes. They've both put in very wholehearted performances, but Sirinen had a great first half for Balmain. Went to sleep a little bit in the early part of the second half. He's done some good things lately, but Neil's the bloke that's impressed me. I really feel that he's had a fine game.
Steve Edmed, fresh player, playing it now back for Neil, the man the Rex is talking about. The kick is down for Curry. Curry's got it 10 metres from his own line. Here come the defenders. Curry can't beat them. Now David Green from dummy half. You've got to give credit there to Penrith. A real gutsy effort.
They'll be one of the clubs of the rugby league in 7 or 8 years' time. They're only a new club. They haven't got all the tradition that Balmain have got. You expect Balmain to do well all the time. I do, because they've got all this tradition. Penrith haven't got the tradition, but they're getting it very, very smartly. And I think a lot of it's to do with the injection of Ron Willey as coach. I think he's done a marvellous job with them up there.
Now this kick is going to beat Conlon. Royce Simmons showing that he too can kick occasionally, and there's the man.
Yes,
Ron Willey.
Ron Willey, an old-fashioned style of a coach, but by gee, he's injected that note of discipline and authority into the side that other coaches have had great difficulty in getting. They've had a succession of coaches up there at Penrith.
$22 points to 8. Balmain looking for a rendezvous with Manly on Saturday. Well, Rex, I suppose you're delighted to see Balmain knock themselves around?
Oh, well, I've always, I would have preferred it to go the other way as a Manly supporter. Here's the little fella. Neil, the kick and chase. Look at
Jack's going back home. There's 3 Balmain players there. Gary Jack's leading the race. Only David Green in the brown and white there. Jack's kicked ahead, but only Green beat him to it. I think the Green got there first.
Well, gee, that's again courage, isn't it? I mean, the chase was on, and Jack was yards faster than everyone else. But look what happens as the dive takes place. In comes Green at the last second and gets to the ball. A monumental performance. Really courage.
Great effort from Green.
What a good little kick from Jack too, that just touched the ball and get it into the in-goal area. But nonetheless, Green's come up with it. State Bank replay never lies.
Down for Podgy. Another one who's had a strong game for Balmain tonight. Hanley. Some of the yards that he's gained, the men that he's beaten. Edmed. Sirinen. Pierce. Balmain still want more tries. Back for Edmed. Penrith starting to tire from their effort from Sunday. Freeman hurdles some players. 15 metres out. Superb display from both sides. Neil. Hanley in a dummy half. Danger man from that area. He unloads it for Hardwick as the champ goes up for the Tigers. They've come through some very tough football in the last month to now find themselves up against the Sea Eagles on Saturday in the minor semi-final. Sirinen for Hardwick. Hanley. Pass out to Pierce. Quick hands out for Freeman. That it goes for Davidson. Kicks into the in-goal. Seemed to come off the back of the Penrith player, and it's taken dead. Again, the crowd sit down and relax. It'll be the Tigers to come back with the ball again. And just remember, the Sydney Cricket Ground, the final series, the Sydney Football Stadium. Mind you, I wouldn't mind running with the old tradition. The semi-finals get underway Saturday, Sunday. And so does our faces in the crowd competition as Jack slices right through. Hanley will score. Great try. And a magnificent reward for him. And it's Gary Jack that sliced through to set it up.
Well, on the replay, it's going to look absolutely beautiful because Jack just cuts him open here. Look at the step and the weave, and through he goes, carrying the ball in the right hand, runs to the fullback, offloads to the Englishman Hanley, and Hanley goes in and scores a very good try. Carter was there at the end of it to knock Hanley over and save him going around, but here's Jack just showing beautiful control of his body. That big leap from left to right. Hanley comes up, looms up, and accepts the ball and goes in with a Carter hanging around his legs. So that's a great try, first-class effort. Ellery Hanley, age 27, English club Wigan, and he's the Great Britain captain. So that's the sort of quality player that Balmain got their hands on this year for a few matches anyway.
Conlon, 5 from 6. He's done his job tonight. Poor old Royce Simmons. The scoreline doesn't reflect it. Great effort from them tonight. Final look at the post for Conlon. The shuffle, and the result 2 points. Balmain further ahead, 28-8. As I was saying about the faces in the crowd competition, right through the final series, if your face is selected in the crowd during the semi-finals and the preliminary final, up for grabs, grand final day, will be 2 laser GLs and a station wagon from City Ford. Keep watching the telecast right throughout if you can see your own face.
I'll get my wife to come out and sit in an adjacent area to the camera if that's all right. I could do with one of those lasers or whatever.
Great support from City Ford. Sirinen now. 6 p.m. all that action, Saturday, Sunday on Network 10. And this has really whetted the appetite of all league fans, this display tonight. Bill, I mentioned before, the scoreline doesn't reflect it. It's only been the last 10 minutes of the match that it's gotten away.
4-2 at half-time, Graham, and anything could have happened. But as the game's wore on, Balmain's controlled possession better. Ellery Hanley's been a danger, but for me, Michael Neal's had a tremendous game in both attack and defence.
That just goes to prove you're a very good judge, Bill Anderson. Particularly good judge. I've always said you'll go a long way, laddie.
Curry to bring it right back. Slips as he comes to Podgy. For Izzard. He's tackled by Edmund there. The Penrith are going to be denied their dream of a semi-final position. Remarkable, only a fortnight ago.
Yes, it's cruel, isn't it, really?
People were talking about a possible minor premiership. There's the siren. The Tigers into the minor semi-final on Saturday. After a remarkable game of rugby league, where the Tigers really did storm home late in the second half through the likes of Hanley. And that scoreline, 28-8.
And how they did it was this. Davidson, Popchi, Freeman and Hanley scored tries. We have severe doubts about the Popchi try, but that's nothing to do with Popchi. Goals to Conlon, 6. A very good goal-kicking performance by him. Green scored Penrith's only try. Baker kicked a couple of goals. So 28 points to 8. It was a first-class performance by both teams, and I really am in full admiration for the Penrith side. They were both reduced to 12 players with Roach and what's the name of the other player, Goodwin, being sent from the field. But it's nonetheless, the game didn't suffer as a spectacle. It was very, very tough and very hard. We'll be back in just a moment with the most difficult job, the man of the match.
What a match and what a game from our State Bank man of the match. Mike, the game, the pace of it was incredible, but you managed to storm home there at the finish.
Yeah, you know, it was a good effort by us, you know. Jimmy, Jack and Ellery, Gary Freeman, they killed them in the last 10 minutes, yeah.
Everybody wants to know the answer. Can you bounce out of that one in for Saturday?
Yeah, we're a bit bruised, but, you know, yeah, I think, you know, if we get through Saturday, I think we can go all the way. But, you know, Manly will be one of the hardest games, I think.
All right, well, no, I guess there's another broken nose there for you, something to help it out, $1,000 from the State Bank in the form of a State Saver savings account.
I'd like to thank the State Bank and Channel 10 for the award, and, you know, it's great to win.
Well played. Thanks. Well, the Tigers, of course, were favourites, Johnny Croucher. Everybody tipped them. What did Footy Tab pay?
Well, in fact, there were 215 winners tonight, Graeme, and the provisional dividend, not a bad one, $173.65.
In a situation like this, kind words aren't much consolation, Ron, are they?
No, well, I'm disappointed to be beaten, of course, but I'm happy that we've had a good year.
Gee, they gave you everything.
Yeah, they did. They tried very hard tonight. We had a few injuries during the game, which unsettled our combination a bit, but they tried hard. I'm proud of every one of them.
2 weeks ago, you could have been minor premiers.
We could have easily been minor premiers. We've lost 3 games on the trot. Played 3 pretty good teams, Balmain twice and Manly once. But we'll be in there punching next year.
One of the fittest players in the game, of course, is Wayne Pearson. Wayne, everybody had to be super fit to last through that one.
Yeah, it's pretty hard playing 2 tough games like that in 3 or 4 days, but we've got to play a 3rd tough one on Saturday, so I'm sure we'll be motivated. There'll be no problems about that.
Let's not keep it a secret. How do you beat Manly?
Well, we had a bit of luck with them last time. Although we didn't win the match, we played quite well by just playing up the middle. And without giving any secrets away, we might do the same thing or we might vary it a bit.
Well, a great pity that only one side can win a match like that. I was very proud of Penrith. I thought they really fought right through to the almost the bitter end. They were a very, very hard team to beat. That's the way the game goes. So let's have a look now at what we've got for you this weekend. Next Saturday, the minor preliminary semi-final. It's now decided Manly will play Balmain. Now, it'll be difficult for Balmain, but they're the sort of club that can come up with a very good side for the match and a good win if they're good enough. Next Sunday, major preliminary semi-final, Canterbury versus Canberra. That should be a wingding of a game, and you can see them, both of those, at 6 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday nights, their respective nights. Now, don't go away. At the moment, we've got, following this telecast, 16 Days of Glory, which tells the story in memorable footage of the Olympic Games in Los Angeles. On behalf of the Channel 10 crew, a very good night.